am a pastor's kid, have been my entire life. I accepted Jesus when I was like 4. When I got to like middle school, I started to have people comment on my size. So I developed like a body image issue, but like not in the way everyone thinks. So everyone would say how tiny I was. They would comment on how small I was. They would like compare me to their pinky or to like a twig, which are like not meaningful things to compare someone to. And so like that went on for years and years. I had a time in my life when developmentally I'm trying to figure out who I am. And so that became a lot of who I was. And it became a lot of like, I started to hear "you're so small" as "you're too small." When I got to college, it happened again, new environment, new people, new context. And so people would start to say, "Oh my gosh, you're so small, you're so tiny." And I heard it once again as "you're too small and you're too tiny." So I started to change my behaviors so that people would quit saying it. I would not eat around certain people. I would wear much baggier clothes, would wear my hair down a lot to hide how thin my neck was. I've never been diagnosed with like any sort of body dysmorphia disorder, but I think like if I had let it get to a point, I could have been there. But yeah, there was no like anorexia or bulimia involved. And then when I was a junior in college, just a couple years ago, I had a friend call me. It had been a particularly hard day. He calls me and he goes, "Hey, I want to read to you out of the Bible." And I was like, okay. Kind of weird, but all right. He read to me the first 2 chapters of the book of Genesis. So like the first chapter is all about, God creating all of the things, earth and the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, the plants and animals. Then he reads Genesis chapter 2, and in chapter 2 it talks about how God created Adam and Eve. And after every day of creation, everything he had created, he looked at it and he said it was good. And then he looks at the creation of Adam and Eve and he says, "This is very good." My friend paused really dramatically on the phone after he got through reading, and he goes, "Kenz, you weren't created as just good. Like God looked at you and he said, 'You are very good.'" And like that was a couple years ago, and like yes, it sunk in, and I like was able to get through college and be fine, and not like have as many of those issues. I came here and started working here at Union Chapel, and it started happening again. And it had been a long time since it had happened, and it like threw me for a loop. People were commenting on how small I was. I got the comment once, "You're a lot smaller than I thought you would be." I was like, oh, okay. People would comment on my eating habits, and so like it just started to like really wear me down. But God is so cool because he blessed me with this amazing group of friends here that like saw past my size and saw more than just like a small person who like doesn't eat at normal times. And they loved me in ways that I needed to be loved, and have shown me the love of God in a very different way than I've ever experienced before. And I think that through even just this last year of being here, it's been really cool to see how God has like redeemed that part of my life through his people.